First Alert Weather with Cassie Campbell is sponsored by St. Francis Healthcare System.
Temperatures are slowly starting to feel better, finally getting into the 40s across most of the heartland. These clouds overhead are struggling to get those temperatures up into the mid 40s. So if we can get a little bit more of the breaks in the clouds, those temperatures should increase a little bit more throughout the afternoon. It is a little bit breezy. You can tell by looking at the lake here. Rinn Lake, winds out of the southwest, a little bit of some choppy waters if you were on the lake. As we get into this afternoon into tonight, I'm going to go ahead and just jump Futurecast straight to about 7 o'clock this evening. It is going to remain breezy out of the southwest with those partly cloudy skies overhead. More clouds will roll in overnight into tomorrow morning. For the most part, Wednesday will start off cloudy. As we get towards the afternoon, we might get some sunshine, depending on if you're under the sunshine or the clouds will make a big difference in those temperatures. We're forecasting mid 50s tomorrow, but that is really going to be dependent on the cloud coverage. The farther south you are, expecting those clouds to be more overhead. As we get into Wednesday night, an increase in rain chances. Overnight into Thursday morning, scattered showers are likely across the heartland. Winds are really going to ramp up on Thursday. Thursday is going to be a windy day aside from the rain. As we get into Thursday afternoon, along the leading edge of the cold front, can see where those winds start to kind of shift direction. Along the leading edge of that is when we're expecting to see kind of the heavier pockets of rain, maybe a rumble of thunder. Our biggest concern would be some gusty winds with that line of storms that's expected to work through tomorrow afternoon from west to east. It is going to be pretty fast moving. That means by Thursday evening, we should start to be under some drier and clear skies. The winds are going to continue to rush in out of the north, and that's going to pretty quickly rush in another shot of cold air for Friday. As for Thursday, parts of the heartland are outlooked at that threat level 1 out of 5. That's a marginal risk for severe weather. The biggest concern being damaging wind gusts with those storms throughout the afternoon. Temperatures right now finally creeping into the 40s, 47 in Perryville, 43 in Harrisburg, 41 in Sikeston, 43 in Union City. Planning for tonight will be mostly cloudy throughout the evening, staying in the 40s. They're about 11 o'clock tonight. Then tomorrow, quite the warm up. We've gone from well below average to above average, mid 50s by tomorrow afternoon, with winds continuing out of the south. So tomorrow's looking like a great day to get outside, get some of those errands done. 56 temperatures look great on Thursday, but you might have to dodge a couple of some showers and thunderstorms. Colder on Friday, drier and colder, upper 30s for Friday. But we rebound quickly with those temperatures through the weekend, back into the 50s on Saturday, and we continue to be on the warmer side of things into next week.